John Hirschfield and my wife, Donna Hirschfield. We are in Warren, Michigan. We are political moderates. We know that a lot of issues in American politics have their gray areas. This is black and white. We have a change in American government, which is probably the most radical thing that's happened in 100 years. We do not feel it's responsible for us to stay home when Bernie Sanders is within like an hour and 15 minutes drive of our house. His message is of utmost importance. If we can support this in any way by showing up, we're just another two heads, but I believe Bernie said there was over 6,000 people here. I see issues on both sides sometimes. This is something that's black and white. And after what happened in the Oval Office, there's no bias on that.
As we're going through this process, it can be very difficult to find balance with people who are not like us. Donna, as you've engaged in this process, how are you still finding compassion and hope with engaging with people who maybe don't see this like you do?
I'm finding hope in that so many people on both sides of the aisle, or those who are uncommitted, are coming forward and saying something. They're speaking out. I have never been on Facebook so much. I am in my 70s, so I don't do Facebook. But I've been doing a lot of contacting of people, and the people are coming back and going, yes, I voted for Trump, but I didn't vote for this.
Yeah.
I think what turned it around for me was when so many programs were being cut, programs that are 1% or less of our budget.
Yeah.
And those cuts not only affect those individuals, but they could potentially affect the entire world. For example, the cuts for U.S. aid don't only feed the hungry and educate women and children, they can help to control contagious diseases that they're not restrained by their borders. They could be worldwide. To me, that was paramount. And also when we have things such as the desires to make Gaza a Riviera of the Middle East, Trump cut off the intelligence sharers and made Ukraine and all those people sitting ducks to the missiles. That was unconscionable. And now he wants to cut all of the legal immigrants who are here, such as the Ukrainians. Only 2,000 in Michigan, but 240,000 nationwide. Send them back home, elderly, mothers, children, back home to a war-torn country. That is evil. I cannot support someone who is evil, and this man is evil.
Yes.
Well, I have many dear friends, people I love dearly, that did vote for Donald Trump. I don't understand it because these people are very warm and loving, yet they have voted for a recalcitrant man. And I don't want to get ultra religious here, but everything the universe has taught me about becoming a good person is the exact polar opposite of the character of Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and his whole entourage of people that seem to be only caring about their ego. And as I told my brother-in-law, when you're ego-driven, you have a very poor ability to make good decisions. We watched the Prime Minister of Canada yesterday, a contrast in his temperament and his care for his people. It is not what we're getting now.
If you voted for Trump, I don't hate you because of that, but I'm asking you please to turn to your moral conscience. What can you do now? And like I said, regardless of if you didn't vote, it doesn't matter. But what can you do now? What does your moral conscience tell you to do? And that's the way you should act. Think about your children and our grandchildren. Think about them and what are you going to leave them? What's going to be your legacy to turn this around? And can we do it? I think that we can.